Welcome, Trailblazers, to the adventure of a lifetime. Today, you are going to embark on a journey that will take your life from the ordinary right into the extraordinary world of vacation rental real estate. But let's set the record straight. This course is not promising you overnight success, and it is not promising you instant wealth. It is promising you something rewarding, but more importantly, sustainable. We view vacation rental real estate as more than just income. For us, it signifies this lifestyle of freedom, both in terms of time and finances. It is a path that has enabled us to retire ourselves from our 9 to 5 and live a life that we cherish, a life full of travel and experiencing adventures together as a family on our terms. So, what made us consider a venture in vacation rental real estate? Well, our world is filled with destinations that are just waiting to be explored. And we, like you, travel to these destinations in hopes that we're going to experience something that is so different from home, appreciate other cultures, and build memories that are going to last our family a lifetime. Prior to owning vacation rentals, we were renters ourselves. And not only did we have some experiences that made us go, ooh, I think that we could do this better, but we also wanted homes that we could visit when we were traveling to destinations that we loved. Case in point, take this picture. Here I am in Sedona. I am on a girls' trip and we are staying in one of our vacation rentals. I loved that I was able to stay in a home that I had specifically curated in order to create the ultimate guest experience. Just as Ben and I have experienced in owning this home in Sedona, Arizona, your future properties can not only fund your adventures, but they'll give you these places that you can stay when you're visiting your favorite destinations. The second reason that we invested in vacation rental real estate is because there has been a cultural mindset shift. This shift has gone from valuing possessions to valuing experiences that can also be shared with others. And vacation rentals, like the ones that we provide, go way beyond providing simply a place to stay. They offer a story, they offer a cherished memory, they offer an unforgettable adventure. All these things align with valuing experiences over possessions. The third reason we've invested in vacation rental real estate is because the economy is constantly changing. Inflation, I hate to say, is here to stay, but the good news is real estate can provide you with a hedge against that inflation. Need I say more, right? So what are we here to do? We are here to guide you. We are here to empower you. We are here to speed up your progress to get you from the starting point that you are at today to that exciting moment when you have selected your perfect first investment property. This property won't just generate income for your family, but it is going to serve as the foundation to the life that you are wanting to build. I want to take a moment to have Ben join me on camera so that we can tell you our story about how we went from 0 owned properties to that exciting first one.
Back in 2014, we were early in our careers. We were established, but we weren't that long into them. And we were finding ourselves vacationing back to our alma mater in Montana. Specifically, though, West Yellowstone, Montana, where we were able to go snowmobiling, skiing at Big Sky, and like that. And we were renting cabins because we were often visiting with family. And so when we were renting these cabins, it struck us that often they were undersupplied, they were under-maintained. In all the times we rented there, we always had something significant broken or damaged or that hadn't been repaired properly. The furniture looked like it was fresh out of a garage sale. It was clear that the owner had not spent any money because they didn't feel they had to. And it just reflected on us that the opportunity was there to possibly own one of these and do it better because no one was taking the time or energy to do it right. And so that really was what kicked us off into short-term rentals, was being in an area where there were some short-term rentals and reflecting on the fact that it really wasn't being done well.
We crunched the numbers. It seemed to make sense financially, But let's be real here. A lot of it was our gut telling us that this was the path we needed to take in order to eventually achieve this lifestyle that we wanted. So despite our full-time jobs as a teacher and Ben being in a controller's group at a bank, we took the leap.
After a lot of hard work and honestly probably more luck than we would like to acknowledge, we narrowly squeaked through with purchasing our first rental home in West Yellowstone, Montana. You have to keep in mind, back in 2015, Airbnb was still only renting rooms. Vrbo was barely starting to facilitate payments. At that time, a lot of times you were mailing checks in the mail to pay to rent a home. And mortgage lenders didn't even consider short-term rental income. They didn't see it as stable or a reliable source to justify purchasing the home. It was difficult for certain reasons and perhaps maybe a little easier for others, but the most important thing was we pulled the trigger and we went for it.
And really, from purchasing the property all the way through advertising, it was completely trial and error. We had no idea what we were doing, but you know what? We did it. And that first booking came in, I will never forget, on a road trip up to a small ski resort in Minnesota. And that ping on the phone of our first rental coming in was absolutely thrilling.
I think the most exciting part about buying that first home was the fact that we did it. We didn't just take over a property from someone else and carry forward the income. We actually bought a property that was performing horribly, and we made improvements. We stood it up. We got it running. And so that moment of receiving that first dollar of income, it was that direct kind of acknowledgement of how much work we had put into getting it across the finish line and getting it stood up as a significantly better property. And now we were moving forward with an income stream that we were in control of.
And eventually, with the income that we were earning on our first rental, we were able to buy a second.
So that brings us to today. Since we acquired that second cabin in West Yellowstone, Montana, we actually added 2 properties in Sedona, Arizona, where we converted single-family homes that were being used as residences into short-term rentals, and then subsequently purchased 2 more properties up in northern Minnesota in an up-and-coming area for people from the Twin Cities. All these properties were paid for by the income that originally started with that first cabin.
All of this to show the importance of taking that first step. We took our first step back in 2015, and we have now grown a portfolio of properties in amazing locations that have not only funded our adventures, but are now allowing us to live out this life that we would have only dreamed of. So welcome to your adventure, friend. Are you ready to let us guide you on your journey so that you can sidestep those typical challenges and embrace that life that you dream of sooner? If the answer to that question is a resounding yes, then fasten your seatbelts because this journey is about to begin.